Hi, I'm Rachel Allen. I help business owners take a big picture view of their marketing and their business. On the 29th of March, I hosted the event Marketing Conversations, and this is a recording of one of the marketing authorities I called in to help you. Enjoy.
Hello everyone, my name's Rebel Black and I want to say thank you so much for allowing me to tune in to you digitally today by video. I'm sorry that I can't be there with you in person today, but I am sending lots of love and energy for this fantastic event that Rachel is hosting for you, and it's a real honor for me to be included as part of this one-day event, and also as part of the marketing accelerator that Rachel's put together. So I wanted really to just chat to you today about a couple of things that I think are absolutely core for success in marketing any kind of product or service anywhere on the planet. Because the thing that I love the most about business is that once you understand the principles, you can apply them across any business, across any market, across any product or service. And I think this is a really important thing for us to understand, is to get those principles understood and nailed, and to have the discipline in our business to actually apply them. And this is something that took me quite a while to really firstly know that that's what I was doing, because I spent so many years in business doing it on my own, just making it up as I went, looking at what other people were doing around me and just copying, or in the sense of like how are they getting new customers? All right, well, they seem to do it that way, then I'll go try do that in my space, not actually copying people's businesses, but to really, and then also just on instinct, just doing things that felt instinctual to me, that later, once I learned the principles of business, I realized, oh, well, actually I was kind of going about that the right way, but maybe not putting the work in at the front end. And I think there's a couple of things that you can do in your business that will serve you really well across the marketing spectrum, across your sales, and across your delivery of your products and services as well, if you put the time and the energy and the effort in at the front end, to be really concentrating on getting the clarity that you need, that will allow you to then confidently go out and connect with the people that are wanting your products and services. So I'm not sure how much background Rachel will have given you on me, but just for those of you who don't know me, my base is in Lightning Ridge in Western New South Wales, which is a little opal mining community roughly halfway across the state in terms of east to west, and we're about 70 kilometres south of the Queensland border. And I've lived here the last 18 years. I moved out here at 21 years old from a year in the Northern Territory after quitting university, much to the disgrace and horror of my family at the time. They did eventually get over it, but I did trundle off to university, having gone through public school education in a small town called Coonabarabran in central New South Wales. Trundled off to uni to study law, and did a year of that and hated it for lots of reasons. But also got some really good advice from one of the tutorials that I went to, where the woman said, sometimes you've got to work outside the system to really affect change. And so I actually walked out of that workshop or that tutorial, and I quit my law degree, and then I took on all of the ologies, the sociologies, the anthropologies, the psychologies, and I really enjoyed that, but university wasn't for me, and I hankered for something more. So I did a year in the Territory, and then decided I needed to get a career, and ended up as the editor of the newspaper in Lightning Ridge. For the last 18 years, I've basically iterated myself every couple of years until the Rural Woman was born. So my husband and I opened an outback tourism restaurant on the opal fields in Lightning Ridge in our backyard, which we built from scratch, shipping container kitchen back in the day before that was fancy, or, a thing to do. It was just the cheapest option we could come up with that was transportable. So we bought a shipping container, we retrofitted it ourselves with a full commercial kitchen, and we used to host dinner parties, basically, camp oven dinner parties for coach groups and groups that were visiting Lightning Ridge. My very first business was a project management business called Reb Solution, which I then later transformed into Community Practitioners Australia, because even in my early 20s, I hankered for collaboration. You know, I lived in this really remote area. I travelled probably for the last 15 years, 6 to 8 months of the year, to do the work that I've been doing. But I always knew that I wanted to create this collaborative business model where I got to work with amazing people from all over the world on projects, to work together, to realise the dreams that we all had collectively, to support communities to grow, to help people really be the best versions of themselves. So at 21 and 22, that was my dream, but it really took me until 2014 when the Rural Woman came into its own for that to happen. In the interim, I also ran relocation expos out of Sydney and Brisbane. I was the regional arts officer. I've worked between government under the COAG trial. I had a business called I'm Not Fussy, which was to support people with special dietary requirements because of allergy intolerance and chronic illness. And I have literally travelled all over Australia delivering workshops, keynote presentations, and sharing the knowledge and the wisdom that I've accumulated over many years in various forms. And I feel incredibly privileged to have had the freedom and the choice to be able to do that. And now with the internet and the access that we have, and that's improving all the time, I can run a global business from my home on the Opal Fields at Lightning Ridge. And I think that is an incredibly exciting proposition that my grandparents, that my grandmother and my mother really probably wouldn't have even dreamed was possible. And so I think that's, we are incredibly privileged to be living in the era that we are of connectivity, just the same as I can be brought to you today virtually, that you can all connect digitally together on such a special day to learn, to collaborate, to be able to expand your world, to know more than you did yesterday, and to be able to then apply that into your own lives and businesses, I think is incredibly special and precious. And we should be celebrating that every single day, and I certainly do. I can honestly say that my life has been saved probably more than once because of the internet. I found myself a few years ago in a very deep, dark depression, and reached out to my mum for help in my town. She happened to be living here at the time, and I just knew that I couldn't continue the way that I was going, so I reached out to her for help. But then through the connections that I made online, through practitioners and healers and coaches and mentors and other people, I truly believe that I was able to come through that experience in a much faster and more powerful way than I would have if I'd tried to do it just sitting in Lightning Ridge on my own with limited access to any support at all in my local community. So I feel blessed. I feel like I'm here alive today because of the access to technology that we have, and I want to share that more and more with people. I want to help them tap into this incredible resource that we have quite literally at our fingertips. And in 2014, when the Rural Woman was born, I knew that it was an online business, that it was a completely transformative business that would really use the modern technology. In fact, what we've realized as we've iterated and as we've questioned what it is that we were doing and who we were as a business and a company, we realized that our sole purpose is to reimagine connection for isolated people. And of course, you can reimagine connection in all kinds of ways, practically and physically and energetically, but the technology that we have makes that even more accessible. And so we are using platforms like the one that you're tuning into today to really challenge the notion of isolation and to really challenge whether that actually has to even be a modern day issue. And looking at ways that we really break that open and help people connect to themselves more powerfully and to each other in really unique and creative ways. So, but how did that all start? You know, and I guess that's what I really want to explore with you today is understanding for your marketing and your business development and your growth and your expansion, understanding who it is that you most want to serve is absolutely critical. And every single month when we host our, we host weekly trainings in the Rural Woman, but every month we have a new focus. And quite literally, the very first session I run every month, regardless of what the topic is this that I'm going to share with you today. And that is, who is your ideal client or customer or person that you're connecting with? This is by far and away the most powerful tool you can use, and for your marketing, for your sales, for your product development, for your branding awareness, for your new business growth, for your partnership development, for your relationships, for your team members. It is literally the most essential piece of work, I believe, that you can do in your business. And without it, you will flop around, you will be like the ship in the wind, you know, dance from one shore to the other, carried by whatever's going on, as opposed to being really rock solid in everything that you're doing. So in early 2014, when the Rural Woman, you know, had literally came to me in a dream at 3 o'clock in the morning, this was what I did. I wrote down and I got to know and understand exactly who we wanted to work with, exactly who was that woman, that avatar, that ideal person that we were going to connect with. Literally tens of thousands, if not millions, of these people over the next, you know, forever. And to be honest with you, that hasn't really changed a lot. I review that. I probably don't review it as often as I could, but I definitely do review it. And probably what really shifts for us is that we review it through the eyes then not of our business, but of a particular product that we're formulating. But whether we are looking at a new marketing campaign or a new product that we're rolling out or a new service, we come back to who is our ideal person, who is our ideal customer. For us, it's a rural woman. So what you want to really tap into there is, I haven't got time today to give you the full version, but we will talk more about this in the Marketing Accelerator program that Rachel's running, is, what age range are they in? Now, this is important to distinguish that you're not saying, 25 to 80, because even though you may be able to serve and be of service to people from 25 to 80, the way you communicate with those people is very, very different, and that is critical for your marketing, because the way a 25-year-old communicates is vastly different to the way an 80-year-old communicates. Where they communicate from, what platforms they're engaged in, the messaging, their stage of life, like vastly different. So even though you can serve all of those people, when it comes to your marketing and understanding your products and your services and how you're going to communicate those, a very specific age range, ideally of about 5 years, is better. So how old are they? Where do they live geographically? What's their marital status? Do they have children? So what's their family scenario? Are they paid employees? Are they working? Are they self-employed? Are they unemployed? Are they, what kind of dollars are they earning? What's their household income? We want to look at the demographic data. So who are they in the boring government sense, the stuff that the census would ask you, or the stuff that the government would ask you in their questioning? what's the demographic analysis of this ideal person. And then you want to go to the psychographics. So the psychographics are more about who they are, what their problems are, what their passions are, what their hobbies are, what they love to do, what brings them joy, what keeps them awake at night. You really want to be thinking and understanding what their pain points are, as well as what their driving motivators are, because those are going to be the two pieces that really help you drive your marketing even better. And the good thing about doing this work at the front end is that you actually start to build yourself a bank of language, of words to use, of sentences and phrases that you can start to use in your marketing to communicate really powerfully with these people. And so you really want to be clear on those two areas, the demographics and the psychographics. And really, particularly in the psychographics, starting to play around in that pain point, the biggest problem that they have, particularly that you can solve. I mean, it's really great to understand what all of their problems are, and I think the more wholly you understand these people, the better, like colour of their undies stuff. But the pain points that you really want to understand clearly are the ones that you can help them solve, just the same as the motivators. So what are they really passionate about? What are they craving in their life? What do they want more of? What is it that they're seeking and questing for? Understanding that is really important, particularly the ones that you can obviously help them move forward towards. So people are either moved away from pain or they're motivated towards pleasure. That's pretty simplistic, but that's kind of the way. So in your marketing communication and in your understanding of your ideal customer, you want to be really understanding, well, what is the pain point they're driving away from and what is the pleasure that they're being motivated towards? Because the more you understand the both of those, the more you can drive campaigns around that. Now, typically you'll see a lot of marketing is pain point driven. So it's move away from pain, but more and more we're seeing, more modern marketing being driving towards something. And that will depend on your market. It will depend how painful their pain is or how desired their pleasure is. And you need to understand that as well. Where are they on a scale of 0 to 10 in terms of pain, and where are they on a scale of 0 to 10 in terms of I've just got to have this thing, because that will help you understand which marketing approach to take. But I can honestly say that if the more that you come back to this work and refine it as you start to sell products and services, the better and the clearer you will be in who it is that you're serving, and that you can be able to serve them at your highest level, to serve them at their highest level, and the more you'll be able to iterate and pivot quickly in your marketing, but also in your sales or in your product development, because you might get really clear on your ideal customer and realize that product does not serve them. So you'll need to iterate your product, or you'll need to shift and refocus and look at your product and reverse engineer it to a new market. But always coming back to this ideal customer is absolutely imperative, because at the end of the day, that is who we are here to serve as business people. Now, you can do exactly the same process for new team members, for new potential partners. I've helped people use this for new relationships, as in, my new life partner, my new lover, my new best friend. So this is not just for your customer. This is for all people that you are wanting to attract into your life and into your business. And the thing is that what I've found is that the more clarity you have in that, the more likely those people are to be magnetized to you. So just to wrap up with an example of where this has been super powerful in our business, apart from in our marketing, I mean, we just literally have conversations daily with women that tick all of our ideal client boxes, because our marketing is now so refined because of the work we've done in this place. But also when we put ads out for our, for particular roles, or we say we're recruiting, contact us, every single time in the last 3 years when I've done that, the ideal person has shown up. Like literally when they're writing to me, they are literally feeding me back my ideal person avatar that I've created for that particular thing. And that's the sort of energy that you want to imbue and infuse in the work that you're doing. This is the most important work you can do in your business. The marketing, the sales, all of the other stuff is peripheral, because once you've got this nailed, the rest will just happen way more easily. So invest the time and energy in really understanding who your customer is. Go out and ask them, put surveys together, constantly be getting feedback from the people that are in your community already, or go out and find new ones. And if you're really stuck, it's most likely you a few years ago before you know the thing that you know that you most want to share. Or prioritize and start to ask some of your current customers that are the ideal and get to know them better. It's a brilliant exercise. I can highly recommend it. I hope you have a brilliant rest of the day, and I hope sometime we get to meet, probably and hopefully in Rachel's Marketing Accelerator program. May you bloom where you're planted.
The importance of planning out your marketing is underrated, especially for business owners who are busy in their business and juggling life too. Taking some time now to organise your thinking and look big picture at your business will see you have success. I'm hosting a Marketing Accelerator program which begins on April 16 and will run for 12 weeks. At the end of the program, you will have a strategic marketing plan which is authentic, savvy, and dynamic. A plan that you can implement yourself or outsource to others to implement for you. We're taking our final enrolments at the moment. There are no application forms, just a call with me. How easy is that? I want to make sure that the business owners who are in the program are ready and hungry to take their business to the next level, and you will be surprised at how affordable it is. There is no one size fits all when it comes to your marketing. I don't give you a template. I do guide you with a model, however. A model we have used in visionary marketing for many years, helping many businesses. A model that is tried and tested and customizable to your business. I talk more about this model in the bonus recording at the end of this series, so make sure you stick around to listen to that. During the program, I'll dish you up a juicy email full of my knowledge. I'll serve you an authority on that area, and then you can participate in a brainstorming session. So put me to the test to refine everything you've heard and read and apply it to your business. Nothing is recorded. It is all live. And did I mention it's affordable? Other programs like this start at $3,000 and can go up to $12,000. Not us. It's just $797. And if you book today, a call with me today, you will get the bonus that's on your screen. I also have payment plans in place to make it easy and accessible to everyone. I can't wait to talk to you more about the Accelerator program. Bye for now.